Never, ever discount the importance of second cool, guys. Don't do it. I've been preaching this gospel forever in TMP. The importance of second cool. Now, if you're new to the show, subscribe, join my TMP Patreon, support the workload. Really appreciate it. But what I'm talking about is it's just cool. Okay? It makes you happy in an intangible way. It's hard to explain to other people. And we all have weird things that we really like, but we cannot explain them in terms of first cool. Yeah, that's my gospel I've been preaching forever. For instance, here's my watch for the day. By the way, it's got a really awesome name. The Torgoin, not that, but this one, T34. Programmed by myself. I modded those hands. Of course, I painted the seconds hand fluorescent orange, and I slapped a 306 decal on there from a Navy 1/72nd scale model. I think that's where I got that decal from. This is a second cool experience for me. I just love wearing this today. So I signed the case back, and I signed the side right here. Just a fun watch. Really fun. Now, on this wrist, I'm kind of a dork, right? So I wear my wrist computer. A lot of you guys call it the Apple Watch. That's not cool. That's all first cool. I can take phone calls, do messages. If I wear a different strap, it can take my heart rate. It can tell me my cholesterol's high. It can also tell me, I think, like if it's against your skin, that you haven't had sex with your wife in like 6 months. Yeah, you didn't know that about the Apple Watch? Yeah, it's amazing. And this is an older Apple Watch, and a lot of them will give you more embarrassing information. By the way, it hasn't been 6 months. It was like, I don't know, 3. I don't know. I shouldn't even have said that. There's 1,000 comments, but guess what? I'm leaving it in because if the watch review, the knife review, the gun review isn't fun, why do it? Why do it? Yeah, we're here to have a good time. And again, we're going to that summer camp called Second Cool when I talk about the Spyderco FB45GP Province. It is a Bowie knife made by Spyderco? What? It's been out a while, and it takes me a while to get to this blade, for sure. But when I saw it online, I was like, that is cool. I definitely want to get a loaner, maybe test it in the woods, break it in half, do some batoning with it. No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't going to do that. It's a second cool focus, right? A first cool would actually be taking it out in the wilderness and doing all that stuff. I'm not going to do it because if I do that, then I have to buy it. And it is rather pricey at around $280, give or take. Give or take. But when I saw it online, I was excited. I was like, I love Spyderco. I absolutely love Spyderco. I carry their knives all the time. One of my all-time favorite brands. And so when they come out with a knife this cool, I'm going to pay attention. The Province. Yeah, it's really cool. I'm going to show you all the details. We're going to look at the first cool capabilities for sure, but we're not going to focus on that because if we do, I think the Province is going to lose out. Did you hear that? So that's why we're going to focus on second cool, and it is a very cool blade. And some of these blades, we're going into philosophy of use now, and I'm going to talk about collectability. Some of these blades, for whatever reason, don't sell. So maybe it's the high price, and it is kind of pricey, like I said. And so if it doesn't sell, it kind of has that mystique around it. You know, 5 years down the road, guys are going to come back to it and go, wow, that Province was pretty cool. Holy crap, if I want to pick one up, it's $400. I could totally see that happening with this knife. Okay, and there are a lot of Spyderco collectors. A lot. I'm not going to say there's more than any other brand, but I know there's a huge collecting community in the Spyderco world. And so if they miss out on the Province, chances are they're going to be willing to spend quite a bit of money to go get one. Is it collectible? I'm going to just go ahead and go out on a limb here and say yes, it is. The Province is collectible. Right now, no. In the future, yeah. Because I think they're going to discontinue it, as honestly Spyderco wisely does. And then, lo and behold, the market takes over, and here comes this demand of which I speak. Very cool. Now, other philosophies of use. Fighting knife. Oh, here we go into the first cool arena. I would say yes, you could. But I think it has, as we look at the handle and the construction, specifics of it, no. not for me. No, thank you. No. But if we go back to collectability, though, it does represent the classic fighting knife of all time, the Bowie knife. This is a very fighting blade shape, Old West blade shape, right? And it's very effective in that role. And so I think as a collectible fighting knife, that's different. Now we go back to summer camp. Second cool. Yay, we're at summer camp. Yay. Hey, None Fancy, what's your Apple Watch telling you now? It tells me I need to get on with the review. And so that is a really cool thing, that it is an homage to Old West fighting knives, and it's from a favorite company, Spyderco. So that makes it cool. Hunting knife? No. Survival knife? I would say absolutely not. I wouldn't do this. Although the steel choice is completely adequate, and I have tested it out in the woods, and some other blades, CPM4V. I think I tested that one. There's so many CPMs, they're hard to keep track. And I liked it. It's tough, wear resistant, holds an edge. I'm trying to think if it chipped out on me. I don't really remember that. But no. There's other blades that just have better mechanics for me to go out in the woods with. Do I have any close options here? Oh, let me show you this one. You guys have never seen this one, and this is really a cool blade. It's called the Work Tough Kutmaka 6-inch. It's D2, 18.6 ounces, and it cost me $115, and it's 4.6 millimeters thick. Now, this is a working blade. This is probably homaging something. There's a lot of knives that have this look, so it's probably a copy of a knife. I forget which one. Actually, it's kind of a copy of the Spyderco, right? The Hossam. That's what it's a copy of. Speak of the devil, it looks just like a Hossam. Yeah, so it's homaging a Spyderco Hossam blade, which I did review years ago. And I'm trying to think of the steel on that, what they used. I think it was N690, if I'm not mistaken. I did a lot of snow testing with the Hossams, and I really loved them. They're all gone. I sold them all, as I often have to do with other blades. But I'd rather go out with this. Yeah, I'd much rather go out with that. It's just a more capable knife. So survival knife on the Providence, nah. And that's about philosophy of use, collectability. Obviously, we're not going to go down the EDC road. If you do EDC at Province, please let us know why. Why in the world? And really EDC it. I think it's just BS. No one's going to EDC it. It's a 6.7-inch blade. It's 3.7 millimeters in thickness. Yeah, no thank you. By the way, it's Taiwanese produced. This is made in Taiwan. Not a U.S. produced Spyderco, and yet it's 280. I've ranted about that plenty. Right, so here's the box end right here. I'll put a link below if you're going to buy one. Use my link. I get like 20 cents from it. I got to go buy me a cheese sandwich. Yeah. Let me say this real quick. We're here to have fun, right? Spyderco, I love you guys. I really do. But damn, it's time to change your boxes. Okay? Can we do something with the boxes? Your catalogs are so cool. Why don't you do something that way with your damn boxes? Do we have to look at this decade after decade? Black, silver, red? It's not bad, but it's just boring. This is a cool knife. It's so cool. It should have like artwork on there. You know what you should have? You should commission an artist to be carrying this knife, right? Maybe have the designer, who's it, Ankerson and Sanders. You have those guys on the box, and they're dressed in Old West, and they're like cartoonized, and they're carrying their knife, into a bar with bad guys. Make it like the old G.I. Joe boxes. Do you guys remember the old G.I. Joe boxes? Like the Adventure Team boxes? They show the guy in some type of adventure. Those were the coolest boxes. This sucks. Yes, it's an expensive blade. Make your boxes cooler. And I don't want a bunch of plastic, and I don't need to make them out of, wood or anything like that, like all these stupid watch boxes I get. Just give some good artwork. Rant complete. Hey, thanks for listening. That was a fun rant, Nothing. Keep them coming. Okay, I will. On we go with the review, though. Specifics. Okay, we're done with POU. I said we're concentrating on first cool. Here's the main reason why. Okay, and this is just my opinion. That's why you click on the video, for my opinion. I do know knives. Am I the end-all expert? No. I am a user. I have hundreds, if not thousands of hours of using knives in the wilderness. There's tons of video proving the fact. I don't like this handle for woods use. Not only do I not like it, I hate it. Here's why. So it's square, right? Now, is that homaging a different Old West knife that these designers put together? It could be. I don't know. And as such, in second cool terms, as I've established, it's very excellent, but there's no way I would want to go out in the woods and do work with this handle. Also, it has a downturn right here that's going to batter my pinky. I have large size hands. Yeah, I can do this, but it's just not a comfortable handle for me. And this is not a knife I would take a Dremel tool to and start, reshaping it. No, it's too beautiful. It's a collectible. You don't do it, you just leave it. But I hate the handle. I think it's too short. It's way too short. Dude, this handle is a miss. It's beautiful. I really like it. It's polished G10. It is gorgeous. Right? It has a mini Torx, stainless steel Torx in there. You can see obviously a full tang design. You can see the tapering going on the front and back ends. There is a protective choil here in the back. End of things I like about it. I just think it is weird. It's a weird handle. It's out of proportion to the blade. I'd like the handle to come out here. By the way, I'm going to show you a competitive option that gets it right, and you're going to salivate when you see it. It is amazing. Okay, and there's your lanyard hole for if you do decide to go out and do some work with it. I did see an article where they took a province out and they're working it, and I was like, why? Why? I mean, is anyone actually going to use this as a woods blade? No. No. Very sharp out of box. We see the same old finishing that the Taiwanese production blades often do, so we just see the striations here. I just think for the price we should have a better finish on it. It should be a polished finish. And again, I'm going to show you some competitive options that just dominate this thing in terms of finish. So I want better box art. You don't have to change the handle because this is a collectible, but I want better finishing on it. It should be mirror polished. Let's just mirror polish that. Now CPM 4V, very hard to polish. I don't know, probably. Would add a cost. Probably. Everything adds cost. Anytime you change a blade, do a different feature on it, adds cost. I know that from my own collectibles. It's just like, hey, let's do this. They're like, okay, cool. Your knife is going to be $200 now. I was like, ooh, can't do that. Unsharpened swedge here. Really nice area to use your fire steel right here. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I just kind of bounced back. See if you're paying attention. We're not going to use this on a fire steel. Maybe you do. I don't know. There's no way I would. Got the Spidey hole here. The blade itself is very traditional. It's not a flat ground, so it's kind of a mid grind down, but this portion's flat ground. Very traditional Old West Bowie style blade, which we've seen on tabletop here for years and years. I actually love Bowie blades, clip blades. They're my favorite shape as far as functionality goes. Here we go into some competitive options. Are you ready? Are you ready? Before we do that, by the way, we got the old Smith & Wesson TRR8 8-shot 357 Magnum coming back from Tactical Doodle, like I said in another review, who stole it from me. So it's been gone from the project for like 4 years, and now I finally got it back. So maybe we'll do a drill with this and go do some more shooting with it. It's such a cool gun. Old U.S. Air Force patch when I worked for Wing Safety over in the desert. I was a safety officer there, and the old Don't Tread on Me patch. And then these are gone from the web store. So sorry. I wish we had more of these. Maybe one day we'll do it. We'll do it to it on competitive options. Now this one is not really a Bowie knife. I just have it on table. I don't even know why I'm showing you this knife. Stupid competitive option. Oh, yeah, I do. I know why I'm showing you it. Because this is kind of an homage to a fighting knife. The Old West Bowie knives, which were used for fighting. Here comes the Cat Alley Cats. This is a large one, 14.2 ounces in that weird XT70 stainless steel, and it's not inexpensive at $167. That's what I paid for it in the day. Now it's probably a lot more, but dang, that's a cool knife. Really cool knife. Now, different, it's not a Bowie knife for sure, and it has a completely different blade style, but this to me, if we go back to if we leave summer camp for a bit and go back to first cool, this is a legitimate fighting knife right here. So it has first and second cool. This to me just has second. That's why I'm showing it to you. Craton handle, large enough. Notice no hot spots here. Go watch my Alley Cat review. Dang, they're cool knives. So I think I showed you both sizes. I'm trying to remember, and I've sold one of them. This is a KZ AK88, and Katz is just a weird company, man. I don't even know if they're still around. They're just a weird company. They really need to do this knife in a different steel just to attract guys. That's a weird competitive option. I totally admit it. Check this one out, dude. Speaking of an Old West Bowie knife, this is my NRA knife they sent me for becoming either a patron member or life member or something like that. This is a cool knife. I'm sorry the blade's not totally clean. Only the best production values. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. Look at the polish on that blade, dudes. I don't know what steel it is. It's probably just a basic stainless steel. I don't know, 420 or something. It's a display knife pretty much. Comes with a wood plaque. When you become, I think it's Beyond Life member, a legacy or for a legacy member, whatever the hell it was. But this is a cool blade. And this is a very characteristic knife from the Old West. So look at the handle. It's very thin, squared shoulders, short blade, just like this one. So that is very typical of the Bowie knives that I've seen from the Old West. They did have pretty short handles to them. Typical crossguard here, brass. Man, I love this knife. This is so cool. It's long gone. So if you do like a life membership or you upgrade, I think they're done giving this out. But this was a really cool thing to give away. And NRA, if you see this video, you need to come out with it again. So I just love this knife. It's just a collectible piece, a presentation piece, and this side is completely filthy. Sorry about that. It says National Rifle Association of America, a legacy of freedom. Yes, I still am a member, and they are imperfect, but overall they do good work. Next competitive option. Oh my gosh, this one's so cool. This is so cool. Will I tabletop this separately? I don't even know if they're available. Here comes a Case Knives. Are you ready? A Case Knives Bowie Hunter number 2000. Look at this, dudes. 1 pound, 10 ounces. I got this in 2011. It's some stainless steel. I don't know which, but this is a typical Bowie knife. Look at that. So kind of has kind of a mid grind, actually worse than a mid grind. It comes down to here, but again, it's kind of a period replica knife from the period. Look at the crossguard, made of brass again. Big. Look at that. Then we've got simulated fake ivory handle, and again, it's a short handle, which is pretty representative again of the period. This is all for second cool. The handle's way too short for me, but there are a lot of Bowie knives that did this. Big broad blade, so it's going to hack well. It's going to shear well, unsharpened swedge. It's just all Bowie. There's red velvet on it because that's where the carry case, it has red velvet covering on it. It's a really cheesy carry case. Although I wish I would have brought it because the box art on that thing is amazing. Oh, dude, I do have it. I got to show you this carry case. That fancy. I love it when you get excited about knives. Well, I do too. I'm still excited about all these knives. That's what's so funny. I'm such a dork for blades. All right, Spyderco. Dudes, pay attention to what Case Knives did with this. And here's that red velvet interior. I was just mentioning this. So sheath goes here, knife goes there. It's ancient. It's 9 years old at this point, so it's cracked. And that's being carefully stowed, by the way. Now this is more like it. There we go. We got Jim Bowie on the cover. We got the Alamo in the background. We got the Case logo. We got the Bowie fixed blade hunting knife. Not quite to the level I talked about, but dude, compared to Spyderco, you're going to do a blade from the Old West? Get rid of this. Do something like that. Give the guy some second cool, dudes. Some value. So this knife is amazing. Would I go out and baton with this? Hell no. As a collectible, man, you don't go beat up a knife like this. It's just a collectible. It's just so cool. Just a Jim Bowie collectible style knife. And it's from Case. How cool is that? Look at the finishing on that. This is what I was talking about. So, come on. 280 bucks? I think I spent like 115 for this in the day. 115. They're long gone. I went to the Case's website to see if they still had it. I didn't see it. Look at the sheath, dudes. The sheath is amazing. We'll circle back to this one. Look at this. That is amazing. Look at the quality. Oh my gosh, that's a cool sheath. Case Knives with their Bowie knife. If we're talking second cool and we're going to summer camp, Dude, it's awesome. All right, one more competitive option that's very fun. Fixed blade knife review, y'all. Okay, dudes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is such Bonerville. Yeah, Bonerville. This is a Bark River limited edition 8.5 Bowie knife. We got it in 2009. It's an A2, 18 ounces burled maple. You can see the tag I put on it. Look at the price I paid. $150. Shut up. You know how much this knife is worth now? Let me just ballpark what I could get out of it. And this is without signing it, nothing fancy. Let's say I just go on the market and I go, I want to sell my Bark River 8.5 inch Bowie knife. How much can I get out of it? Oh, here's a freaking sheath. Look at that sheath, dudes. Oh, and I have a separate review posted many years ago. Beautiful sheath. I'll ballpark it. 400? I could get 400 out of this. And I could be wrong, but I'm thinking 400. Look at the burled maple on that. Oh my gosh. And okay, remember I talked about the handle, how short it is? Look at how this one gets it right. Look at that. So the handle is totally first cool and second cool. I don't think it does anything to ruin the lines of the knife. It looks elegant, sleek, very Bowie-ish, if I can say that. It's amazing. It's an amazing handle. It's got a lanyard hole in it. Beautiful material, and they came out with all different versions, all different handle styles with G10, micarta, different woods, different steels. This is a convex ground A2 blade, so it will rust like heck, but it's a collectible. It's a collectible. It could be an absolute first cool fighting knife, says me. But what do I know? I'm just a YouTuber. But I think it could. Look at the brass crossguard. It's just awesome. This blade is so freaking sick. Bark River did such a good job with their Bowie knives. And they have come out with them off and on since then. But I think they've gone way up in price. $150? $150? You guys are going to look at this and just pee your pants. You're going, how in the hell did you pay $150 for that? It's because I watch. That's why. And that was a long time ago. 2009. But I was clicking around. I was like, $150 for this knife? Holy cow. Limited edition, so it is gone. Look at that unsharpened swedge there. Let's compare it against the Province. Dude. Yeah. Yeah. I don't get me wrong. I love the Province. I think for second cool, it's all day cool. But this one dominates it. In everything, in the handle design, the blade is more elegant, finish better. Look at the finishing on it. And then this is an American-produced blade. I mean, this is all made in America. American craftsmen put this together. Escanaba, Michigan, perfect sheath. Look at that sheath, dude. I do not store it in the sheath. This is stored in the box. Just too cool to do it. By the way, the Province weighs 15 ounces. Total, and that's with its sheath. Let's, by the way, take a quick look at that one. Here's the FB45GP sheath. It's okay. It's okay, but remember what we just saw. And if we're in the camp of second cool, this one dominates it. What I'm thinking here is should Spyderco have come out with a brown leather sheath and a brown handle? I don't know if I want to go that far to say it, because I do like thematically where they've gone. They've gone with a silver and black motif. I think it's cool. Not everything has to be traditional brown and, you know, burled maple or something like that. I'm not going to say that, but if you're going to say, hey, between these two themes for a collectible Bowie knife, which one do you like? It's going to be this one. And I'm just talking colorations here. I like a traditional knife. Maybe that case knife too, because it had some really cool elements to it, like the white handle, brown sheath. I don't know. It's just cool. It's very Texas-y. Very Texas-y. It is. The sheath is riveted though. It's stitched. It's nice. Probably made in Taiwan as well. I am disappointed on that. I think that's super cheesy. What do? Just push your belt through that? For a $300 knife? No. It's okay. The sheath is kind of a letdown. Okay, I'm kind of in the camp of it's kind of a letdown. So now we get to the part. Would I buy it? No. There you go. But I thought you said it's second cool. It is second cool. but it's also 280, whatever, 260 to 300. I don't know. Now, if I'm a Spyderco collector, I would really contemplate buying it. And then again, like I said, sitting on it because, well, not literally sitting on it, but just put it in your collection. You could probably sell it and make some money off it. I predict that's exactly what's going to happen with this. I have no problem with the steel. I think the steel choice is excellent. I don't really like the blade finishing. I think it's a letdown. The handle for second cool does it. It's beautiful. It's well finished. For first cool, it's a complete miss. The sheath is, it's okay. Doesn't even have a frog on it though. I mean, a frog is like a pin that you could like, you know, retain it in a belt. A little bit. I just don't know if we're getting our value here that we should. Now, if they had priced it around 180, then dude, then it's like, oh yeah, I might contemplate buying it at 180 bucks. I was go, ooh, you know, that's cool. It's gonna go up. Be a nice knife in the collection. Same comment though, if you have a province, if you actually hard used it, I highly doubt anyone has. But have you hunted with it? Have you gone out batoned with it? Shelter craft with it? I highly doubt it, but it'd be interesting to see how it did. I'm pretty sure that, again, the 4V would do just fine. But I don't know. When you're talking about Bowie knives, collectible Bowie knives, it's going to be something like this for me. There you go. Oh, and to include the SOG Agency, because the SOG Agency looks about like that. Stacked, leather handle, polished, beautiful knife. Go watch my SOG Agency review. I rave about that one too. Nothing fancy. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of TMP Patreon. Over and out.